West Bay and Oakland, California. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Atlanta Falcons and the Oakland Raiders. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State. It's the Pro Bowler, Derek Carr.
It's been fun to watch Derek Carr grow as a pro. When he was a rookie, they tried to game plan around him so that he didn't have too much responsibility. Now, I don't think they can heap enough things on his shoulders because they know he can handle them.
All right, here we go. Wide and yay.
They go play action for Murray. Now Carr. He's got the hook up to Andre Holmes. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
If you draft a guy in the 6th round and he gives you a 1,000-yard season at some point, would you say he's good value?
That's good return on investment. He was the first Raiders guy to rush for 1,000 yards in 2015 since McFadden back in 2010.
Latavius Murray, remember the name.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Adrian Claiborne in there to drop him with his first sack of 2016.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Rivera's got it. And he's brought down after a good gain. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. They practiced this all week. Pretty clear it paid off there. Threw it downfield, made it look relatively easy.
And it always comes a little bit easier when you've practiced it and tuned things up and you're confident in what you're doing now. They felt very, very good about their plan, and we saw the execution because the confidence of the players was there.
A gain of 3, 2nd down. As we get a glance at these starters, Michael Crabtree is the man we highlight at wide receiver.
Phenomenal hands, so strong. When the ball gets to him, it just dies right there, and then he's able to do things with it after he catches it.
So the offense now dealing with a 2nd and 7. Shotgun now for Carr. Crabtree with it over the middle. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4. And that'll bring up a 3rd down. And here now the defensive starters for Atlanta.
Jonathan Babineaux's a defensive tackle, knows how to get upfield and spill plays in the backfield.
Still in search of the 1st down after that last completion. They'll run here. It's Murray. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the 1st down marker was and getting there.
They go back to Murray on 1st down. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Carr to throw on 2nd down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's brought down. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area. And they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
It'll be a pickup of 8 and a good first step there with 2nd and goal coming up.
And thus far in this NFL season, no touchdown scored for him, and he's not going to get it on that play either.
And the offense readies for play number 10 of this series. Now they'll run. Murray. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. This opening drive has taken him to the 2, but now they come up on a 3rd and goal.
All right, here we go. Red 18. Red 18.
So an even first quarter on the scoreboard, but the threat of points on the horizon. It's a tight game here early, and we're back to Oakland after this. Ready to go now in the 2nd quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Raiders in possession of the football. This opening drive has taken them to the 2, but now they come up on a 3rd and goal.
We ready? 5 and 8.
Defense likely bringing pressure here. 3rd and goal from the 2. That'll make it 4. Down after a loss of 1.
Partner, it's decision time now. I know it's still just the 2nd quarter, but you have an opportunity to either kick the field goal or go for it and try and score a big-time touchdown. This is why the head coaches get paid the big bucks.
And the 38-year-old vet able to split the uprights, and the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. So they get 3. They were hoping for 6. An unlucky number 13 play drive.
Well, you go to the sideline after putting 3 points on the board, happy, but you wanted to be ecstatic. You wanted to have 6 on the board. On the opposite sideline, though, the defense, I think they're high-fiving each other, only giving up 3 after letting them run that much offense.
They come out here in the eye. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And the Raiders pick it up. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for 6 and a Raider touchdown. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score, and a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower postgame. Sebastian Janikowski on for the PAT. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Here's Eric Weems now on the return. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And heading out for another drive, the Raiders defense. They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
Rolling to his right. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
So much of this game is focus and concentration. And whenever I see guys running the in route, I know that in the back of their mind, they're always wondering who's lurking inside that might put a big hit on them as they try and catch the ball.
Ryan. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by the former Eagle, Nate Allen. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
Ah, you're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an interception.
For different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a three-syllable word. Yeah. You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackle was there right away for a loss of yardage.
Freeman, the lone man in the backfield. Now Ryan. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by David Anderson. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added onto their lead. But that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game. But we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, and we know that's not true.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
After this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
Let's go, baby. Turn it up. Turn it up. We ready? 588.
On second down, here's Carr. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
And incomplete here on third down. He was trying to get it to Andre Holmes that time. And it'll be fourth down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And this one is right down the middle. And the lead now increases to 20-0. So they had great field position, but a three-play drive that actually goes backwards, and then they kick the field goal.
And I think the key sequence in there, the key phrase you just gave us, a three-play drive. Had the momentum, great field position, unable to move the football.
Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. On second down, here's Ryan. He completes it to Julio Jones. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Oakland after this. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will have the highlights and analysis of this first half from our studios in Orlando.
And I have a feeling those highlights will be pretty one-sided.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Jihad Ward, the rookie out of Illinois, in there to bring him down, and it'll be a play to remember for that young man, the first sack of his NFL career. On second down, Ryan. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Third down here for the offense after the incomplete pass. They come out here in the I. Third and long, it's Ryan. He'll buy some time right. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested, and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. And now here come the Raiders. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Throwing on first down is Carr. And Roberts with it over the middle. And he's brought down. It's a pickup of 14 there. And the Raiders are going to have a first down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Finds Roberts left side. 18 yards on the pickup there. And it'll give the Raiders a first down.
And those first downs do add up. The offense keeps the ball moving downfield and keeps their defense on the bench, giving them a chance to rest.
On first and 10, here's Carr. Dumps off to Halou. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be second down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Carr to throw again. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a first and goal. Now Carr again. That's caught at the 1. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Michael Rivera, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Raiders add on to their lead. Boy, it's it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Janikowski now for the point after. And that stretches the lead to 27. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And marching back out there now, the Raiders defense gets ready. They'll be hoping to come up with that same type of effort they had last time when they forced the punt that led to a touchdown.
And that type of effort just continues to carry over. Because once you get it done once, you feel like you can do it again and again. It's no guarantee, but you got to like the confidence that they take back out into the field.
Now will they keep that confidence? Time to find out.
They tried to make something happen, but that one came up incomplete and really wasn't a good-looking throw.
Yeah, maybe even go as far as to call that a little ill-advised.
Yeah, I would say so. I think that's the right phrase for it. Definitely ill-advised. Just wonder about his mechanics right now, you know, and that's the tough part. You do so much stuff in practice to make it repetitive, but it has to repeat under pressure, whether it's pressure from the defense or just the pressure of playing the game.
Out to his left. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the former Eagle, Nate Allen.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And if you're the defense and those D tackles, you like that they're trying to run the football here against your 4-3, don't you?
Yeah, because they tend to eat things up because they are so strong and physical, and especially when they play with leverage where they get lower than the offensive linemen and control them. And what I love about the good defensive tackles, they can play over the guards, they can slide and play over the center.
And apparently that's all, Larry. So much for the halftime report. We'll see in the postgame. We're ready to get to the third quarter. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And this will be a touchback, and as we saw in week 1, the new rule, this one coming out to the 25-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or do they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. A good pick up there, 26 yards. So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
Love the call by the offensive coordinator, recognizing the situation very well, calling for the play-action pass, and completing it.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on and it's second down. So 2nd and 10 here. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
A good pick up there, 22.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Looking sideline, incomplete. Second down here after the incomplete pass. They come out here in the I. Second and 10. It's Ryan again. Steps away. That is caught. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Mohamed Sanu, his second touchdown on the season. And the Falcons cut into that lead. And there he went quite a ways just to catch that ball. He started out lined up out to the right, caught it on the left side of the field.
So what does that tell us? That there was tremendous protection on that play. Because that's not going to happen very fast to be able to cross all the way from one side of the field to the other. Great job by the offensive line, keeping him upright and plenty of time to find him downfield. And boy, they did it successfully.
And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. Carr now on first down. A right side catch by Crabtree. And he's brought down. 11 yards on the pickup, and the Raiders are going to have a first down.
All right, here we go. Red 18, set.
Now a play fake here on first down. And hauled in here by Rivera. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
That was second down run for Murray. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
Old school defensive tackle play dictators just stood up and danced with the guy in front of you. And if a guy came near, tackle him. New school, you don't want to just dance. You want to get past it, get upfield, and make the play in the backfield. A big-time play there.
8 yards there on a first down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Complete, the tight end Rivera. It's a gain of 5, and it'll be a second down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Back to the ground game. Here's Murray. And he gets it down to the 32. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Carr now on first down. Surveying the field. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's first and goal.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Back now in the East Bay. It's the Raiders with the lead and the football here as we get ready to start quarter number 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's not going to push his way forward. He's going to be stopped at the 2-yard line. And the evidence shows last week's game, it's really leaked into a second game now, Charles. What do you think of this?
And it's a surprise, isn't it? Because when we spent time watching them practice, talking with the coaches, they felt like a bounce back was going to happen this week. They were very confident in the game plan, thought the deep.
And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Out is Janikowski now for the Raider field goal try. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Janikowski bangs it through, and that lead will move from 20 up now to 23. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the fourth.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Raider defense now, here they are as they get ready to trot back onto the field. They've had a couple passing touchdowns against them in this game, and that last drive they really got picked apart.
They've got to figure out how to tighten things up because no matter what they've done, whatever adjustments they've made, offense has been a step ahead of them, so they've got to figure it out. Usually, a sack of the quarterback can help change the momentum.
Maybe bring some pressure.
I think maybe a little bit of pressure would help them greatly.
They come out here in the eye. Here's Ryan to throw. They'll roll him out right. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. He was looking for Mohamed Sanu there. And it'll be 3rd and 10.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. Now Ryan. And that's caught by Tammy. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
He went full scale, loose, flexible, finding a way to catch the ball in some traffic for a key 1st down.
Yeah, really a nice job of adjusting to the ball in the air. Not the most accurate of throws, but able to adjust and make the grab.
Holding offense. Still 1st down.
The penalty really backs up the offense here on 1st down. Now 20 yards to go. They go play action here on 1st down. Sliding out of the pocket. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
That's a bold strike right there, taking it downfield and putting some air on it. But how about the coverage? Able to get his hands across the receiver and bat the ball down.
Ryan rolling to his right. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Justin Ellis in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their group.
And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Here's Matt Bosher now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
We ready?
Now Carr going to give it to Murray on a draw play. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Still 9 yards to go on third down.
Yeah, let me puff out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. That was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. Call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. The Raiders defense getting ready. They have played a really good game. They're just looking for one final stop here and celebrate this victory.
And if you're on offense, you don't want them to have that satisfaction.
And this is caught inside the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Julio Jones, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Falcons get a bit closer.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
So they're going to go for 2. To throw for it is Ryan. He's got it. So they convert the 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
Well, that certainly makes things more interesting. You get the score, then you get the onside kick. A little uphill battle still, but a start.
It's not mission accomplished, but the plan is working. They're in a great spot right now, and the best part, they put the defense right back out on the field after having already scored.
Yeah, they've got the momentum here now. They'll buy some time right. He's going to let it fly. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
And they put it in the end zone, which was job 1. Now they have to convert. And then it's decision time, isn't it?
Yeah, so this is what all teams go through. You look at the clock, you're inside 2 minutes, look at your timeouts, make that onside kick decision.
Yeah, how do you feel about your defense, where you are in terms of the scoreboard and the time left on the clock, as you noted? So many things to go through.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And it's good, so that will get them back within 1 score. So just over 90 seconds to play. This would figure to be about as critical as it gets here. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. And they just about had to get that recovery to have any chance. They only have one timeout. You look at the clock, and let's do the math here, Charles. This one's pretty much over.
Yeah, we do have a chart here, don't we, that tells us about the timeouts.
You do. I'm not as smart as you.
And in looking at it, you're exactly right. Chart's not going to help them here at all. They're pretty much done at this stage. They had to have that recovery.
Legs still churning.
Like a giant pinball.
And he showcases the spin. A pretty good gain before he's taken down. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Again, it's Murray. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one, maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
On third down, Murray stays on his feet. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. Well, Charles, there's an old saying, don't let a loss beat you twice.
You're exactly right about that, Brandon. When you look at it and all of your preparation went into winning this week, now you have to absorb a loss and find a way to shake it off.
So for the Raiders, they make amends for their Week 1 loss by winning their home opener. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tennessee Titans.
The light is going down and the week is here. Save my soul. I can feel it coming, troubles in the air. Oh my Lord, the light is going down and the week is here. Save my soul. Who's on with me? Who's on with me? Going down and the week is here. Save my soul. I can feel it coming, troubles in the air. Oh my Lord, the light is going down and the week is here. Save my soul. Who's on with me? Who's on with me?
Scouting points are earned every week. Make sure you use all of your points. A portion of your remaining points will be lost when you advance the week. Cap room is how much money you have to spend on. The closer your contract proposal is to the desired contract. You know you one in a million if you the one that I like. You got a lot of glad I knew you. I brought a ruler. I'ma use it, play the music louder. I gotta do it now. I got paper and I ain't gonna chase you, baby. I'm gonna take you down now. Come on, shake it, baby. Turn that around. I'm like, oh my Lord, the light is going down. Save my soul. I can feel it coming, troubles in the air. Here are all the players that will appear in the upcoming draft. Select to scout this player and unlock his pet. Each skill unlocked will cost you.
Just a bunch of poor boys, daddy's girls, children of the cornfield, trying to turn a shift job into a dollar bill. We wear the muddy boots, stay true to how we're raised. Ain't nothing about us fake. You know we're straight out of that dirty south, dirty roads. Nobody got no money, got them signed up pickup trucks, whistling at them from the country. Yes, sir. You know we're straight out of that long week working now. Everybody wanna party all night long. Bonfire on the back 40 in the middle of nowhere. Nobody going home tonight till we're straight out of moonlight. Straight out of moonlight. Yeah. Just a bunch of
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Some serious pride on the line in this contest as these two divisional rivals take the field together for the first time this season. Almost a playoff atmosphere surrounding the game between these two bitter opponents. It's the Falcons going up against the Saints. With that, let's get you out to the Bayou. We're standing by as our commentary team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, thank you. We are down on the Bayou as you get a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. Tonight, we wrap up Week 3 with a good Monday nighter here between the Atlanta Falcons and the New Orleans Saints. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Saints team as they enter play. The losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Falcons, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory. This should be a fun one.
Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They're led out by their 6-foot quarterback. You may have heard of him. From Purdue, it's Drew Brees.
And when you think of Drew Brees, you think of production and you think of competitiveness. That guy competes on every snap, whether he's throwing it, moving around in the pocket, calling plays, you name it, he knows how to rally a team.
They come up in an offset eye. They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. And he'll maybe get it back to the 25 here on the first play, but no more than that. No gain on the play there, second down. Now Brees throwing on second down. Caught by Snead over the middle. And he's brought down. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
And the hitch route is run really well. That jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space. All you want there, get that space. the football and then make a move and pick up extra yardage. That's exactly what he got done there.
They run. It's Mark Ingram, and he'll be brought down just shy of the 45.
Holding offense. Still first down.
Shotgun now for Breeze. And Cooks has it over the middle. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. He'll wind up getting 11 on that one. And it's a second down. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route, an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible. Hope he's got man-to-man coverage. And hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And a nice carry there of 15 yards. For the ball carrier there, Mark Ingram in his 6th season now with the Saints.
Yet to have a 1,000-yard season, but any guy who wins the Heisman Trophy, you know the potential's always there.
Yeah, but you're right. Yet to get to 1,000. Had 769 last year in 12 games. Brought in left side by Snead. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
On second down, Ingram. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Into the red zone, it's Breeze. This will be caught just inside the 10. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
On second down, here's Breeze. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Marlon Brown, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Saints take it right down the field and score on the opening drive.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This is fielded at the goal line. So quick on the spin.
He's spinning, man.
And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Now a play fake here on first down. And his first pass is incomplete. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
Every time I see a coach challenge a spot, that makes me a little bit nervous for that coach. Those are very difficult to get overturned.
Well, the biggest reason, correct me if I'm wrong, is just technology. A lot of times you just don't have the angle.
Yeah, I think all the coaches, when they want to challenge that type of a play, they want to put the magnets or the things, the sensors in the ball to show exactly where it is. But right now, it's all about us humans.
So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears try to go for it on 4th. Here we go on 4th down with Ryan. They'll roll him out right. He may try and run for this. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
Well, that was man coverage. So once he decides to run with the football, there's no one to account for him, and he turns it into a nice gain.
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd and 9 to start things out. Now Ryan on 2nd down. Sliding out of the pocket. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. Trying to get that in the hands of Devontae Freeman that time. And that'll make it 3rd down. And the offense looking to pick up the 1st down after the 2nd down incompletion. The Saints with an extra defensive back here on 3rd on the field.
Could they blitz?
Now it's Ryan. And that's caught by Tammy. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st. Good use of the pass there to pick up the 1st down against a defensive look that they had specifically prepared for, they told us, coming into this one.
Certainly seems like they're holding all the right cards now, doesn't it? Because of their preparation. Went back, watched the tape, studied the tendencies, and they feel like they had them down cold, and they were able to use the pass against them.
On the move to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And this is caught. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
Ryan hit, and he lost the football. And fortunately for him, he's able to get it back, but it will be a loss on the play.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from it.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It's the Saints' new acquisition from the Rams, Nick Fairley. In there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. An extra defensive back on the field here for 3rd and goal. 3rd and long. It's Ryan. And he fires one, but incomplete.
I know every coach talks about respecting the ball, taking care of the ball, but when it's 3rd and long like that, your trigger man, he wants to make a play. And on that one, he's trying to force one downfield to make that play. It just didn't work out.
Yeah, he tried to make the play. A little risky, but it fell incomplete. And with that last field goal, that puts him now at 300 made on his career, and that is something to celebrate.
And that puts him in the top 30 all time. So he's really made a mark, and he's got plenty of life left in that leg, that's for sure.
On the return, here's C.J. Spillers. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
After the penalty, it's Ingram. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. It's a gain of 7 on the ground. 2nd down coming up.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking. But the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
They'll come out in the pistol. They go play action for Ingram. Now Breeze. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is into the end end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Marlon Brown, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Saints are able to strike quickly for 6. He's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Cameron Jordan able to drop him for a loss of 4.
But Brandon, sometimes I think when we watch games, we're actually watching a living museum because we're seeing the evolution of positions almost with each passing game. How about defensive ends nowadays and the way that they can run almost all the way across the field?
It is unbelievable, isn't it? I mean, they're so strong, but they're so lean. They can move so quick with those bodies.
It's almost unfair. You're supposed to be able to know where a defensive end is supposed to be on every play. These guys flash so quickly, you're not sure where they're going to end up.
Rolling to his right. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
It's caught. Jones. And he's brought down after a good gain. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion. And that's the connection, Ryan, to Jones, that this defense obviously has to key in on.
Certainly feels like they got the party started with that one, doesn't it? And when those two get in sync, it just scares the heck out of defenses because he can hit Julio Jones in a short zone, and he can take it the whole way. I know we're doing this game live, but let's step into the film room for just a second because when they review this play, oh, the negatives are going to be incredible on this one. Rolling out to his right. Yeah, he's right-handed, so that's a natural spot for him. But he throws back across his body back into traffic.
Big no-no.
Oh, that's a monster no-no. The only good thing that happened, it fell incomplete. Very fortunate.
Incomplete pass on second down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on third.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. He usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
So on fourth down, the Falcons will call on Matt Bosher to punt it away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back.
Now, whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now Breeze throwing on second down. Thomas has got it. Complete. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Having an effective short passing game, one of their main concern coming into this one, right there, able to hit the D with a quick strike and a first down.
And you're able to put that into your game plan when you see that there's space to throw the football. A lot of defenses don't want to play press coverage or tight coverage. They'll play backed off, and sometimes those cornerbacks will bail out really fast and really get deep, and that allows you to throw the quick game underneath, and they took advantage of it. Whether they deserve credit or not, the defense is going to take credit for that incompletion because it always feels good when you slow down an offense.
Back to the air on second down. It's Breeze. And Cooks has it over the middle. It's a gain of 9 yards, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. Breeze to throw on 3rd and 1. And he's got Snead. It goes as a gain of 6, and it's a 1st down.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
From midfield, here's Breeze. And he's got it over the middle. Fleener, 15 yards through the air and a 1st down.
And there's a nice completion to Kobe Fleener, and no one can be happier than Drew Brees.
They had Jimmy Graham for all those years, Ben Watson last year, and now coming south from Indianapolis, Fleener. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll make it a 2nd down. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from 48. And that extra yardage makes this upcoming field goal attempt much more manageable.
Agreed, because when you talk to defensive coordinators, they always...
And never mind, Larry. These 2 teams apparently anxious to get back at it. This is fielded at the goal line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the 2nd half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the 2nd half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Ryan, he'll buy some time right. And Jones has it over the middle. And he's brought down. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
His throw incomplete.
NFL quarterbacks work so hard on their mechanics, and they do so much repetition and practice, off-season, the whole deal. They expect it to be autopilot once the games start. That way it eliminates any type of pressure of the game, pressure of people in your face, all of that. That didn't shine through on that throw, though, did it?
No. A little bit of a dangerous pass and off target, too. And call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. 1st down and 10 now for the offensive group.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And complete on the right side. It's Tammy. And he's going to be taken down, but not before reaching the 15-yard line. Red zone opportunity.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Austin Hooper with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Falcons draw a bit closer. And he just did get those feet in there on the side of the end zone. Well done.
Probably the exact size foot necessary, because I think if he had another half size, that catch doesn't count. And he's able to get it in, and it counts for a touchdown.
Yeah, after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Falcons set to get things rolling on defense again here. And 3 points surrendered on the last drive against them. They bent a little bit, but they didn't break.
I like that. And that's not always wrong. We run into a lot of coordinators that talk about, well, if I give up 3 points, my whole day's ruined. Actually, it's not. Just giving up field goals usually gives your team a chance to win if you're playing good defense.
Yeah, especially in the National Football League.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think
touchdown, New Orleans! Willie Snead, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC.
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Here's Weems to return. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
They'll roll him out right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took the
pressure, gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the